We've just finished programming our smart contract, therefore it's time for a short review. Our smart contract has only two state variables. We have a dynamic array named players that contains the addresses of the accounts that participate in our lottery. This array must be dynamic because we don't know in advance how many players our lottery will have. Then there is a manager. A manager is like an admin that has more privileges. This account can get the lottery balance, can select a winner, and so on. Then we've defined a constructor. Using the keyword constructor, we've created the constructor of our contract. The constructor only registers the manager with the address of the account that deploys the contract. That address is the value of the global variable named msg.sender. In order for a contract to have a balance, an Ether balance, there must be at least one payable function. Our function that we defined on this line here is a fallback payable function. A contract can have only one fallback payable function, and that function is automatically called when an account simply sends Ether to the contract address. So if somebody using an Ethereum wallet sends Ether to our contract, this function will be executed. Here we validate that the player sent at least 0.01 Ether. If we don't specify Ether, it considers Wei. And after that, we add the sender address, so the player address, to our dynamic array, to the players array. We define the function named getBalance. Only the manager can call this function, and this function returns the contract balance. After that, we wanted a random function that returns a random big integer, or unsigned integer in our case. We need that number for selecting a random player. We've used some random values like block difficulty, block timestamp, and player's length. We suppose that these three values can't be known in advance. We calculate the hash of these three variables, and then we cast or we convert that hash to an unsigned integer of size 256 bits, and we return that value. The select winner function is the most important function of our contract, because here we select the random winner and we transfer the whole contract balance to his address. First, we check that the account that calls this function is the manager, so the same account that deployed the contract, and after that we call our random function that returns a random number. We define a local variable named winner, and we calculate the remainder of that very big random number and the player's length. We use the modulo operator. If this index is random, then we can select the random winner simply by getting the value from that index. So our winner is equal to players of that index. Having the winner address, we can simply transfer this amount, so the whole contract balance, to his address by invoking the transfer function. This is a member function of any address, and the account that is able to call this function is in possession of that amount, in this case of the contract balance. The last step is to reset the player's dynamic array in order for our decentralized lottery to be ready for the next round.